The clone spell is the most creative item in Clash of Clans, and today we're going to go over all the best ways to use this insane spell. There are so many ways to use the clone spell. In fact, in this video, I've got 9 different ways to use it. However, I'm sure there is many more that I've forgot to put in this video. But let's start off here with the Yeti clone blimp. Now, I'm not going to show the full attacks in all the videos today, on all the replays today, because most of them are just mass dragons or root riders or mass super yetis for one of them with the blimp. However, I'm going to try and, if I'm going to use a blimp, use it in a way that will also work after the Eternal Tome rework. So look at this. Blimp gets outside the Warden Aura for a minute, and now we're doing the quad Yeti clone. So 4 Yetis, and what I really like about this is you can spread them out super easily, and the Yeti mites are good not only against buildings, but the Yetis can also help against the defensive heroes. And I mean, look at this. We don't just clear out the whole core, we also get some bases on the outside of the core. The quad clone Yeti is the best way of using the clone in the meta at the moment. It is extremely reliable, and we do end up getting a 3-star here. The Yeti mites nearly take out this multi-arch tower. I mean, this way of using it will be strong regardless of what state the Eternal Tome is in. The next one, which is also my favorite at the moment, is the Super Yeti clone. Now, Super Yeti clone, in my opinion, has the ability to get more value than the Yeti clone. Its ceiling is higher, but its floor is way lower. So that's why people use the Yeti clone blimp, because it is super reliable, and in an easy hit rate meta, we want something that's super reliable rather than inconsistent. Yet again, I'm trying to use the blimp in the way that it will work after the update. It's about 1.5 seconds outside the Warden ability, but have a look at this. We get a mixture of Super Yetis and also Electromites with the 4 clone spells. And look at these 2 Yetis here. They're going to get so much value. They are both cloned up from the blimp, and the Electromites are going ahead, and even though the Rage spell isn't helping these anymore, look at this. We've gone through to the back end of the base, and we're going to take almost all of it down. We got the Town Hall compartment and most of the back end Rage Tower. This was an easy 3-star. I don't end up bothering 3-starring it because we all know where this was going anyway. Let's jump now to number 3. At number 3, we have Super Archer Clone. Now, why Super Archer Clone? Well, obviously, it's not very good at Town Hall 17 because there's poison towers on the base, but mainly this Town Hall shoots so quickly. I was actually surprised it didn't shoot at our 1 Super Archer there. That's quite close. But this works so well, particularly at Town Hall 12, Town Hall 13, Town Hall 14. It works insane. Just completely unstoppable. Town Hall 15 and 16, it's solid. Town Hall 17, yeah, definitely not as strong. But I felt like I had to give some love to the lower Town Halls in this video. And even at the higher Town Halls, look at that value we get with the clone there. That's really nice value. We did have to invest a Hound and a Loon to tank. But still, look at this. Most of the base, well, not most of the base is gone here, but a lot of the base is gone here. And I can confirm this does end up being a 3-star. Reasonably comfortably as well. The Royal Champion cleans up the base, so really nice there. The Super Archer Clone, just make sure you get your invis spells down early versus a Town Hall 17. For the other Town Halls, it's just insane. Now we have the Clone Balloon version, but the difference with this is you need to get rid of any of the sweepers that would be facing your Clone Loon Blimp, because sweepers kind of destroy balloons, as I'm sure you've all seen before. But yet again, we use the Giant Arrow. Now we got the Dragons coming in. I'm actually going to put my Warden ability kind of early here. Keep in mind, post-update, when you delay in your Blimp, but into this Warden Eternal Tome, this Blimp would be invincible. So actually, this variety of this attack would be stronger post-update. Then we get the clone spells down, space them all out. Now, the biggest weakness of this is obviously air traps and also tornado traps wreck balloons, whereas they don't hit Yetis as hard. That's why balloons have fallen out of favor at Town Hall 17. But at the lower Town Halls, balloons work definitely fine. I still recommend Yetis instead, but yeah, balloons definitely strong as well. And yet again, this ends up being another 3-star. I mean, we took down the entire center of the base with the Blimp, and it's a Blimp that would work after the Eternal Tome rework. So now we're going to use the Electromites, but not in a Super Yeti Blimp. So I decided to separate these two because Electromites you can kind of use them on the outside of the base. And look at the value that's going to be had here. That monolith is one shot. If it was one more Electromite, would have taken it down. And look at the value there. And we didn't have to use a siege machine. We did have to use every spell, but no siege machine, no heroes, and a huge chunk of the base is gone. And we know Root Riders are going to run down the rest of this base because, well, that's what Root Riders do even if you have 0 HP, because we've got an Eternal Tome ability still intact. Kind of a crazy opener here. Shows the real power of the Electromites, but it is still a little random. You're never going to get the exact same 2 Electromite Clone Blimp clone tricks in a row because there's so many things that can go different. So don't expect consistency, but do expect randomly to get insane value with it. Obviously, the Firemite Clone was going to be a part of this video. The version of it you're going to see here, though, is where the old way of using it, where you would clone in and take down the Town Hall. Give it a second. Beautiful. And it all starts cloning. There are other versions of this that we've seen lots of. The main one at the moment is when you're doing a Warden charge and you use the Firemites or the Furnaces behind your Warden charge, and then you clone the Firemites ahead of your Warden charge to not only take down major areas of the base, particularly Invis towers since the Firemites don't set them off, but also to protect your Warden, to take some damage off him, because Warden charging, obviously not easy with the amount of damage on the base. But yeah, you saw that Firemite Clone Blimp clone there. Get some really nice value. Is it insane value? No. But here's the thing with a lot of these Clone Blimp tricks. It's set for maybe the Super Yeti, the regular Yeti and Super Yeti one. These are all strong because of the rest of the attack. Dragons and Root Riders are ridiculous in this meta. They can just about 3-star anything, and you just need any sort of funnel. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. You're seeing the Firemite Clone. Yeah, it was nice, but it didn't get insane value. But you can just roll over the rest of the base, this time with the Yeti push. Let's jump into the next one. At number 7, we have the most ridiculous one yet. We are going to clone up snakes. Now, the king with the snake bracelet is very strong. But one of the downsides is he has a limit on the number of snakes he can spawn. Well, no longer. He's got so many snakes, and look at this. We're going to set a mega funnel. Now, is this enough value for 9 spell space? Or actually 12 spell space, sorry. No, but keep in mind now, the king's on the outside of the base. He's going to start spawning other snakes now because he's nowhere near the limit, because all those clone snakes were doing the tanking. We have the queen on the other side of the base. I mean, there's still some clone snakes up. They will disappear any second now. And yeah, look, that is the most mega funnel you will ever see. We're actually doing this dragon attack, by the way, without the minion prince, because we obviously had to bring the king with this, and still this is going to work. Would I recommend this? No. But we're here today to show you all the tricks you can do with the clone spell. Did you think we weren't going to put in some fun ones like this? Obviously, most of you do not have the snake bracelet leveled up for obvious reasons. In the sense that it's very, very narrow in its use cases. But this ends up being a 3-star, and honestly, that surprised me. Now, if you thought the last attack was a little out there, now we're going to clone some henchmen. Now, how much use the henchman puppet will get once the Minion Prince epic hero equipment has come, because at the time of recording, it has not dropped in game yet, I don't know. But regardless, let's see what the henchman puppet can do. Really weirdly, the Town Hall does not shoot the henchmen that are right next to it here, which is not what I was expecting. I guess it's locked onto the other targets. We pull a bunch of red bombs behind the Town Hall. Both poison towers get pulled, and the Minion Prince is still alive. So, pretty nice start to the attack. Then we got the Siege Barracks and Queen on the funnel, and believe it or not, this does 3-star. Now, for me, this attack shows more the power of the dragons and the healing tome than the power of the henchman puppet. But pretty cool, right? To just see something that you really never should see in an attack work on a base that's legit. I'm pretty sure this is a pro base, and it's not defending very well today. In my opinion, this is the most stupid one ever, and I would never recommend doing this. we've got a Booger Clone. Yeah, that's a clickbait title you can put out there. Booger Clone. And look at these boogers here. They're actually going to get rid of the Town Hall. They go forward, pull both Poison Towers and all the air bombs. That's definitely been helpful to the success of a few hits on this base. Thank you, by the way, to Dragon Tyrant for all of these FCs he's helped us out with today. But yeah, Booger Clone. Not something I'd recommend, but anything can work in a meta like this. And keep in mind, we don't actually lose the Sneezy for this, right? When we saw the Firemite Clone one, when we saw the Electromite Clone on the outside of the base, you don't get those back. The Sneezy's still chilling. We are still spawning boogers. That's the ridiculous thing about this one. Outside of that, though, obviously it's not actually that strong. I mean, these are boogers. But, like, pretty cool. Pretty cool to see Dragon Tyrant taking down the base here. So, the real question is, do you think we covered every single type of clone that you see in the meta? Obviously, you can do like a clone with Super Wizard Blimps. I just don't think that that's that strong. You're better off just not bringing a clone with that and having more spells for the back end of that attack. But maybe I missed one in this video. Let me know down below, A, which was your favorite clone trick in this video, and B, did we miss any?